Atanyu, can I ask you to read the first sentence?
Yeah, Ekang Samayang Bagawa Rajaga Gahe Wiarati Weluwane Kalandaka Niwape.
Thank you. What do you recognize from this?
Ekang is one.
Correct?
It's accusative form.
And it goes with the
Samayang,
right?
as we said, it's time. This time,
Like once upon a time, at one time.
and Bagawa is blessed one.
Correct. You recognize
And
the verb? You find the verb here?
yes,
Viharati.
ouais, yeah.
That's right. So viharati is the action. So who is
And
with
Bhakava is vocative.
so we found the verb. So viharati means to dwell. And so you ask who is dwelling or who is staying. And the answer is Ajahn Kongrit?
Bhakava.
That's right. And so that means the Bhagava is doing the viharati. So this is nominative.
Nominative.
So nominative is the person doing the action. Bhagava viharati, and then working back from that, where or what time is ekang samayang, which is just starting the and so you ask where did he dwell, and then it will be at Rajagaha, that's the place. So Rajagaha is the locative. Viharati Rajagahe. But the place is further qualified with Veluvane Kalandaka Nivape. Veluvane is it's two words. So Veluvana is bamboo forest. Bamboo forest. And Kalandaka Nivape is the Nivapa is the feeding place feeding place, and Kalandaka is the squirrels. And so at Rajagaha, at the bamboo grove, at the feeding place of the squirrels. And this is all, you could connect it up to Viharati all the same. So that we fully identified where everything is taking place. So continue. Tamvarabu, can you read us the next one, please?
Tena kopana samayena ayasma Mahākassapo Pāli viharati.
Right. So verb. Let's finish the sentence.
Apatiko dukkito Bojjhaṅga.
Correct. And so the verb here is again
Viharati.
Viharati, that's right. So, and then who is dwelling? Who is the person?
Mahākassapo.
That's right. So that is what case?
Nominative.
So he is the nominative, and Ayasama is also,
I think also
same thing, because we're just he is Ayasama Mahākassapa, and so he is dwelling. So Tinako Panasamayina. So how would you explain this phrase then?
I think instrumental by that time.
Correct. So Samayina here is again for time, but it's using this instrumental. It's like a Pali idiom, Like in English you would say at that time, but in Pali they say with that time or by that time. But it's just the languages have these ways of expressing something. Okay, so tinako is tinako pana. Pana is just end, and tinako is tina is with samayina, so by that time, right? And so pippali guhāyaṅ viharati. What does this mean?
In the cave of Pāli.
That's right. And you had an interesting comment about Pipali.
Yes, that I think that Pāli was the lay name of Mahākassapa.
So that's correct. I had a look at the. So we are talking about the Mahākassapa who later, well, at some point, exchanged robes with the Buddha. So he lays down his robe for the Buddha to sit on, and then the Buddha says, "Oh, but what are you going to wear?" And then he gives him the Buddha gives Mahākassapa his old robe. And so this is the same disciple, and in his biography in the dictionary Pali names, it explains that his name is Pipali, his lay name is Pipali. But I had a look at the commentary, and they say that so regarding the cave, the commentary says that there was a pepper tree near the cave, and that's why the cave is called the Pepper Tree Cave. But whether so in these cases you can't be entirely sure, because maybe the commentary guys, they don't know, they just think of something, or maybe maybe it was his cave first and then the pepper tree was planted there, or or maybe he got that kuti because his lay name was Long Pepper. So you never know what exactly the connection is. But anyway, the Pippali Guhaya means Long Pepper Cave, and so he is living at the Long Pepper Caves, and this is accusative, no? Locative?
Locative.
Locative, but so Guha is feminine. Yes, so Guha is feminine, and so it's yes, that's right. So Guhāyaṅ is locative because it's feminine. So this is feminine locative case. So the ang here is not referring to accusative, but it's feminine locative. Right. Okay. Very good. So abādiko dukkito Pāla-gilāno. So there's a clause ends here. So one verb finishes there after viharati. So one sentence clause ends there, and all these abādiko dukkito Pāla-gilāno, meaning abādika, sick, Gila is very intensely ill. Dukkito is someone who is suffering, someone who is in pain. And these are all in nominative. Because the verb is implied to be hoti, or ahosi, could be. That something was or something is. And the subject is also implied, because we're talking about the Venerable Mahākassapa. So Mahākassapa is the one who is sick, suffering, and intensely ill. And in Pāli, there is this common construction called the nominative clause, is that he just repeats that one nominative is the other thing. So Mahākassapa abadiko, Mahākassapa dukkito, Mahākassapa balagilāno. And everything else is just implied that Mahākassapa is sick, is ill, he is, right? So this is how you can connect up those sentences, those parts. Right, okay, does that make sense?
This one is much, much easier.
Yes.
Okay, Ataku Bhagava Sayana Samayang Patisallana Vuttito. So Atako is just and then Ataku Bhagava Sayana Samayang. Samaya is just the time, right? Time, and Sayana is morning. The morning time, Patisallana Vuttito. We'll talk about it in a second. So Vuttito yina yasama Mahākassapa tinupasankame. So right, okay, this is one clause, and the verb is tenupasankami. So this is in the past. So the meaning is so this is from upasankamati, approached, upasankamati approaches, upasankami approached, and the tena has to be recognized here at the beginning, that this is joined with tena. We talked about this last time, that you have this yena, tena idiom in the Pāli sentences, that wherever there something happened. So here it's yena ayasama Mahākassapa tena upasankame. If you were to break up the sandhi, then you would get these words. And so wherever, so we're talking about the Blessed One Bhagava, so he is the subject, he is doing the approached, and wherever the Venerable Mahākassapa was, there he approached. So Bhagava, he approached. So, and the time here is Sina Samayang. But then again, this is confused about the case here. Samayang, afternoon, okay, not morning, it's afternoon. Yes, but it is singular accusative. So Bhagava when did he approach? He approached in the afternoon. And Paṭisallāna Vuttito, this is so Paṭisallāna is seclusion, and this here is the ablative form. So from seclusion he has risen, and ablative we have blue. He is Vuttito. So this is past participle. Bhagavā Vuttito. Put it as nominative, no? He is risen. Okay? So Yina Mahākassapa Tenupa Samkami. And what about, how do you translate this sentence?
And then the Blessed One, having arisen from seclusion in the evening, went where Mahākassapa was.
That's right. Okay, putting it together. So he goes to where Mahākassapa is. So Upasamkamitavā Paññatti Asane Nisidi.
And here the Upasamkamitavā is after being approached or
Having approached. That's right. Ajantita Panya, would you try to translate this for us? Upasamkamitavā Paññatti Asane Nisidi.
Yeah, having approached, and then Nisidi sat down, and then Paññate Asane on a prepared seat. So having approached, he sat down on a prepared seat.
That's right. So Upasamkamitavā is basically its own sentence. So having approached, and then on a prepared seat, he sat down.
The Paññate is the locative or vocative?
Locative. So vocative is only when we're addressing a person. When we're talking, when somebody is called by name or addressed directly. Otherwise, everything else that looks purple is locative.
And Mahākassapa. What is a nominative or?
Well, his approach is him, and so he would be
Accusative.
Yeah, I would have marked it as accusative. What I want to see is Upasamkami might take two Tina Upasamkami. Yes, takes an accusative. Tina Upasamkami. Yes, he approached. Yeah, not red, green. Mahākassapa Tenupa Sankami. So Nisajjaku Bhagavā. Ajahn Congress, you haven't read anything for us yet. Please, can you please read the next sentence?
Nisajjako Bhagavā Ayasamantang Mahākassapang Etavoca.
Thank you. Do you recognize anything in the sentence?
Etavoca.
Etadavoca? What does that mean?
Etadavocha and then said, something like that.
That's right. So you have to recognize that it's a compound like this. So avocha, we said in the exercise, it's said. This he said. So that's the verb. Who is saying?
Mahākassapa. Bhagava.
So Bhagava is the nominative. And who is he saying it to?
Mahākassapa. Mahākassapang. That is accusative.
That's correct. And then Ayasamantang is qualifying Mahākassapa, so that's why it's also in the same case. So Bhagava etadavocha. To Mahākassapa. This and Nisarja is sitting there, being seated there. Kachute kassapa kamaniyang, kachiyapaniyang. This is a very good greeting phrase if you want to practice with your Pali conversation with other bhikkhus. Kachute bante kamaniyang, kachite yapaniyang. And Tamara, would you recognize how this phrase works? Kachi is?
Kassapa, I hope you are doing well, no?
That's right, that's what it means. Kachi means?
I hope, I trust.
So that's right. I hope. And what is te?
To you.
That's right, this is Kassapa. Kachi. Or to you. I hope that you, Kassapa, it would be, so this would be vocative, direct address. This is when vocative comes in. I hope you are Kamaniyang, and I hope you are Yapaniyang. So bear Kamaniyang, Yapaniyang is bearing up. Is bearing up and able to keep going. One way to remember this is Yapaniyang is like Yanti. Yanti is to go, and so you're able to keep going. And Kamaniyang is a similar word, is Kamati, bearing up, being enduring. I hope you can bear up under the strain and you can keep going.
That one is very good actually. Kichite Mahākassapa Kamaniyang Kichi Japaniyang. Very good sentence.
It's quite nice. If you meet Pali experts, you can try this phrase on them and see if they can respond to you. You can try to chit chat with Pali. So kachi dukkha vedana patikkamanti no abhikkamanti. So kachi, we said it's hoping. So I hope.
What are the kachi in this case? What is the declension should be?
It's the verb.
Verb, right? Okay. Could you put the verb first?
So I hope, kachi, I trust. It's an idiomatic expression like that. And so the two actions are patikkamanti and abhikkamanti. And we're talking about the Vedana, which are suffering. Dukkha Vedana.
It's nominative.
So it's the Dukkha Vedana who are either decreasing or increasing. So the verb, it's the Vedam, so pati. In the two verbs, you can recognize that it's either pati or abi.
The decrease.
Well, in this context, like, so pati can fulfill a lot of purposes, like it has a lot of roles, but in this case it contrasts with abi. So abi is like, higher dhamma, abhidhamma, and so abi is increase, and so pati here is to go down or decrease. And so the sentence would be, I hope the painful feelings are decreasing and not increasing. Right? Patikkamosanam. Patikkamosanam. What did we? How does that work?
There's a symbolic pati as well. So going down, no?
So patik here. So here this is improvement is apparent, I hope. Meaning that the patikkamo esanam becomes patikkamosanam, and panyayati here is meaning that it can, like, in an abstract way, you would say can be discerned, can be seen, can be discerned with wisdom, panyayati. But in everyday language, you would just say, I hope it looks better. I hope things are getting better, right? And there. And so here from patikkamanti, patikkamosanam, that I hope the painful feelings are disappearing and not proliferating or becoming more. Right, panyayati doing the verb. And so if you're chatting in Pali, then somebody asks you, Kachite kamaniyam, kachiyapaniyam, then you can just answer, kamaniyam, yapaniyam, I'm good, I'm well, I'm able to keep going. But here he's answering in the negative. Name bante kamaniyam, nayapaniyam. So
Come back to patikkamosanam. Can you keep the declension color for me?
So this will be accusative, or this is dominative, because so patikkamosanam, of these, so that's the pronoun, but we just want the patikkamo, the recession, so masculine, the masculine recession. Where is the so we should really be saying that patikkamo panyayati. The recession can be discerned. Right? That's why this is nominative. This is the thing that can be seen or discerned. Okay? Nami bante kamaniyam, nayapaniyam. So he responds, he's not that great. That me, bante here is this is a vocative, So he's addressing, like this is the direct address, vocative, name bante, kamaniyang nayapaniyang. Bala me dukkha vedana abhikkamanti. Ajantita Panya, what's the verb here in this sentence? Bala me dukkha vedana abhikkamanti.
Abhikkamanti,
Okay, that, and its meaning,
to increasing.
that's right, from abhi, that's right. And the what is increasing?
The dukkha vedana, painful feelings.
That's right, dukkha vedana. And what is bala qualifying?
Is it dukkha vedana?
That's right, same thing.
Yeah.
So the bala is an adjective, meaning very or intense, or yeah, intense is a good way to put it. So to me the intense painful feelings, so bala dukkha abhikkamanti, towards me. Okay, does this make sense? So adjectives, you have to remember that adjectives always take the same case as the nouns that they qualify. So here, because we're talking about, so vedana is the feelings, and so it's in plural. And so dukkha, the painful feeling, takes the same case, the plural case, and bala dukkha vedana is again the same. But these, in that, these are just qualifiers. So they are increasing, abhikkamanti, no, paṭhamagilānasutta, they are
Dukkha in this term is not accusative. Accusative. No, is the normative. The dukkha and vedana. You put adjective in there. It's a little bit confused for me because balha.
Vedana is the object.
Mhm.
Is the, how can I mark this? So this is the main thing. And the dukkha means painful feelings.
Okay, painful feeling. Okay.
So let me try to do it like this.
Okay, then.
So bala dukkha, they are intensely painful. Right? These are adjectives. But the reason why they are in the nominative case is because they are qualifying the vedana, which is in the plural nominative.
Mhm.
So the
Okay.
adjectives take on the same form as the noun. And so that's how you can link them up and find them in the sentence. But they are not nouns, they are just they are qualifying something else.
Mhm.
So if we do this in English, for example, so painful feelings and so intense painful feelings increasing. Then increasing is the verb. Feelings, you know what is increasing? It's feelings that are increasing. And in English, the intense and painful is qualifying the feelings, right? But
Yes,
in English, the adjective doesn't change form to agree with the noun. And so we are not saying intenses, painfuls, feelings, right? But in Pali, the adjective takes the plural, adjective takes the plural after the noun that it qualifies. Okay, does it add up now? That's better. So they are not decreasing abhippamosanam panyayati no patikkamoti, so that
their discernment is increasing, not decreasing.
well, it's not. That's right. Their increase can be discerned.
Yes.
Their increase can be discerned, not their disappearance. And so the response of the Buddha here is that Mahākassapa Bojjhaṅga maya sammadakkhata. So he's trying to raise the spirits of the Venerable Mahākassapa, and so he reminds him of the 7 vectors of enlightenment, the Sadhisambhojjhaṅga, and for Sattime you have to Satta ime, right? You recognize the Sandhi. Is that these 7 Satta ime, the 7 Kassapa Bojjhaṅga maya sammadakkhata. And here there's an implied honti, so that would be the verb. And sammadakkhata is well declared, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. So well taught from akayati is to pronounce, to announce. And so from akayati you get akati, well pronounced, well taught. And so what is the meaning here, Honorable?
These 7 Bojjhangas
That's right.
has been declared by me, Kassapa.
Correct. That's right. So Bojjhaṅga, so Kassapa here is the direct address, right? Vocative. Vocative. Sammadakkhata, Sattime Bojjhaṅga. This is the by me declared they are. Nominative plural, no? Bojjhaṅga, and then maya and sammadakkhata. So not maya, but so sammadakkhata qualifies the Bojjhaṅga. So the Bojjhaṅga are well declared. So this is again in the taking the same case because it qualifies the Bojjhaṅga, and maya is by me. By me it's declared. Okay.
And Maya, in this case, what is the declension is?
It's an indeclinable pronoun.
Mm.
So here, pronoun is by me. Well, it could have a sense of instrumental. That's right, because you see, by me, with me, and that would be instrumental. That has an instrumental sense. Instrumental singular of aham. So it has by me declared. By me, the Bojjhaṅgas are declared. So, and then bhavita, bahulikata, these are past participles, meaning if in the, you can recognize this in English, you say to develop is the infinitive of the verb, and then you say developed. And so developed would be the past participle form. You recognize this construction very easily, and in the Pali, the same happens from bhavana. You get this ta ending, forms these participles bhavita. And they still relate to the Bojjhaṅga. Right, so that's why they take that same form. They are basically adjectives qualifying the Bojjhaṅga. So abhiññāya, sambodhāya, nibbānāya, sangvattanti. Venerable Atanyu, how do you translate this sentence at the end?
So the seven developed Baulikata often practiced.
That's right.
The verb here can be sangwatanti, which is lead.
That's right. And then where does it lead?
To nibbana, so quenching or yeah.
That's right. Abhiññāya, sambodhāya, nibbānāya. All these three is where it leads to. And these are all in the dative. So when it's developed, then it leads to these things.
This one is dative, right? Three of them.
Dative, that's correct.
Lead to
higher knowledge, like abhiññāya. Sambodhāya is awakening, and leading to, and nibbānāya to, choose your favorite word. I liked in Venerable Katakurunda Jnanananda's Nibbana sermons, he calls it directly extinction. And he defends that translation very well. He says you should call it extinction. Don't be afraid of the people. So Katave Satta, what are these 7? And so follows the, he gives the list of 7 factors. Satisam Bojjhaṅga Mahākassapa, and he repeats the same formula, that Satisam Bojjhaṅga is, so this is in the nominative, he addresses Kassapa, vocative, and he says that this is like that. So you see again this nominative clause is that you say the one thing is another thing, and there's no verb like in English A is B, but the nominatives repeat, and so he just says Satisam Bojjhaṅga is this, Satisam Bojjhaṅga is this, Satisam Bojjhaṅga is this. Like this is, you have to train your perception to recognize this construction in the Pāli sentence. It's a very compact way of saying that something is something else. You recognize it by seeing this string of what looks like all of them are in the nominative, but really it's just often the first thing that is the main subject, and then the other things are qualifiers, that it is the well declared, it is developed, it is made much of, made practiced a lot, then it leads to Nibbana. And then repeating the same for the 7, the other factors. And then Venerable Kassapa, he says Tagga Bhagava, and this is Tang, what is it? Tad Agga. Tad Ga, and Ga is from he. So it's like an idiomatic short phrase. That indeed, that indeed, Blessed One, are the Bojjhaṅga. So here again, this is a very concise language here. That Tadga Bojjhaṅga are the Bojjhaṅga. Tadga. Yeah, there's no. You see, there's again no verb. No, you could have a ponti as a verb. It's an implied verb. So this is like a recognition, right? He recognizes, really, this is what it is. You're right. When it's very nice when somebody explains something in exactly the same way how you think, and so this is how he cheers him up. Ajahn Kongret, can you read the end for us, please, from Idama Vocha?
Idamavoca Bhakava Atmano Ayasma Mahākassapo Bhagavato Vasitang Apinanti.
How
Apinandi.
explain this sentence?
Idamavoca Idang Avoca.
That's right. So recognizing the Sandhi.
And then Bhagava is Blessed One, the accusative.
So here it's he's
Nominative.
nominative. That's right.
Nominative.
Attamano ayasama Mahākassapo bhagavatu upasitam abhinandi. So what happens in that sentence? What is the action?
Abhinanti. Abhinanti is a verb. Pasitang. Pasitang is the pasitang. Tang is this one accusative. Accusative. Bhagavato is accusative too.
Bhagavatu upasitam abhinandi. That he delights in the words of the Blessed One. So what the Blessed One says, he delights in. And Attamano is Attamana. That's right. Attamano. Ajantit Apanyo, what does Attamano mean?
What does Attamano mean? Or is was glad, something like that?
That's right.
Glad,
He's
sad.
glad, he's pleased. Do you
Pleased.
recognize the literal meaning?
No.
So Atta is self,
Mm-hmm.
and Mana is mind,
Mm-hmm.
and so he's of his own mind.
Oh, huh.
He's of his own mind. But what I really like is it's opposite. The opposite also comes up when we're chanting the Paṭhamagilāna, for example. Anattamano, anattamano. That's also a construct with, and there this comes often with kupito. The Paṭhamagilāna chanting kupito anattamano is that he is kupito is like shaken or irritated, and anattamano is so to contrast it with this, or not own mind. He's not in his own mind. You know, if you're angry, you're not in your own mind, but if you're pleased, you're in your own mind.
No. Good.
So Mutta Hichaya Sama Mahākassapa Ha Abada. So Mutta is what is this? Oh yes, arose. Just and it's the same, from the same root as when earlier you saw the Blessed One arising, coming out from his solitude. So Paṭisallāna Vuttito at the beginning, Atako Bhagava Paṭisallāna Vuttito. He arose from seclusion. Right? And here Vuttahi is from the same verb, but here it's arose, recovered from that illness. So this is the aorist form of the verb, right? But so he arose. So this is the action. Chaya Sama, you have to recognize that this is Cha Ayasama. And so Cha is and, but in the Pāli sentence is the conjunction is not always at the beginning of the word. So basically, and ayasama Mahākassapo. And ayasama Mahākassapo, he arose. Vuttahi, and this takes ablative cases. So that's why Tamha Abada, from that illness, these are in the ablative form. So he arose from that illness. Okay, tata pahino chaya samato Mahākassapassa so abado ahositi. This is recognize the Pahinati. Pahinati is but not Pahinati, Bojjhaṅga. From Bojjhaṅga. So Bojjhaṅga, you get Pahina, and so Tata Pahina. So thus abandoned. So Bojjhaṅga means, if you remember, it's letting go, abandon. And so Tata Pahina, thus abandoned, the Venerable, again this is Cha Ayasama. Chayasama to Tata Pahino. So this is that nominative construction again. The Venerable Ayasamo, the Venerable Mahākassapa, thus abandoned. Mahākassapassa. Chayasamatuma. Mahākassapassa. This is genitive. This is genitive. So abado. Ahosi. So he so wait a second. So ahosi is the verb. So he became. No, the illness became. Mahākassapassa. That's right, his illness. So his illness, so here refers to the illness, that illness of his illness, he abandoned it. Yeah. Bit awkward in English.
He not recover from illness, but he abandoned the illness.
That's right. So he recovers by abandoning it. And the second sutta. So this is in the Samyutta Nikaya. These are three suttas, one after another. Paṭhamagilānasutta, Dutiyagilānasutta, and then Tatiya. And the second one is the same formula essentially, but it's with Venerable Mahāmoggallāna.
Before we go for that, in the sheet it say SC, DPR, SSP. What does this mean?
They are links in the PDF. So SC is Sutta Central, DPR is a digital Pali reader link, and the SSP is a Singsapa link. When Singsapa is running, then it will open the sutta.
Okay. Thank you.
Ricardo, would you like to read us this from Ekam Samayam?
Ekam Samayam Bhagava Raja Gahe Viharati Veluvane Kalandakanivape Tenako Panasamayena Ayasama Mahāmoggallāna Gijjakute Pabbate Viharati Abadiko Dukkito Bojjhaṅga.
Okay, so what is it in this sentence that you feel you don't recognize after having done this once?
So this is location. Abadiko.
It's the illness. Abadiko is the illness. Mahāmoggallāna is intense illness.
Illness.
So the person and the place changes.
Yes.
Is that we are talking about Mahāmoggallāna?
Yes. Dwelling in
Gijjakute.
speak.
That's right, Gijjakute Pabbate.
Okay.
The Vulture Speak mountain, something like that.
That's right, Vulture Peak rock or Vulture Peak hill or mountain. Pabbata is all of those things.
So at the time Bhagava was dwelling in Veluvane Kalandakanivape in Rajagahe, something like that, in Hajgir.
That's right. The Veluvane is the bamboo grove, the bamboo forest.
And that the place where the
Squirrels
feed.
That's right.
In Hajgir. Tenako Samayena Sama. And then at the time the Ayasama, we can say venerable.
That's right.
Mahāmoggallāna was dwelling in the Vulture Peak mountain. And then it's with the Dukkito Abadiko, so
it's very sick.
Intense, unpleasant sickness.
Very good. Okay, you're becoming Pali experts.